What is up, guys? My name is Robert Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 175 of Rob's Best Bets. And in this episode, in the same fashion as the past few weeks, we're going to be starting out by getting ahead of these lines for the rest of the week in the football world, which means week 4 NFL and week 5 college football. And we have 11 games we're taking a look at here in the football world. And as a whole, football has been good to us to start off this season, but mainly college football on that side of things because we are in the red with NFL, and we have yet to experience a negative Saturday in college football so far this season while betting on the sport. So that said, before we jump into the picks, I do want to give a massive shout out to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. And if you do want to get involved with the pick'em videos that we do on this channel or post on Twitter, or just want to take part in similar daily contests, heading over there and use my promo code ROBDFB at signup. And for a limited time, they will actually be matching your first $500 up to 100%. That said, for our first pick of week 5, that's right, we're going to be starting off in college football this week on this video in particular, just because chronologically it does make a lot more sense than starting off with NFL the way we have been doing it. And also, college football has been our bread and butter so far, and we're actually going to be starting off by taking a look at a Friday night matchup between BYU and Cincinnati. And this is a game that, knowing Scott Satterfield and his approach to the underdog role, it is bound to be a slower tempo game. And when you also factor in how well both of these defenses can perform, I really do expect this game to go well under the total of 49.5 points. So let's take the under for 2 units for our first play of week 5. For pick number 2, we are heading out to Maryland, where we have the Terps taking on the Hoosiers, and this has the makings of a trappy look-ahead spot for Maryland with Ohio State on deck, and I really do think this is a ball game through the first half at the very least. So let's take the Hoosiers, getting the 7.5 points through the first half, and for an extra half unit, let's take them on the first half money line here as well. For pick number 3, we're heading up to Minnesota, where we have the Gophers taking on Louisiana, and Minnesota's offense has yet to really impress in a single game this season, and Louisiana is a really tough draw in this spot, especially with how many points they are getting in this game. So for 2 units, let's take them, getting the 11 points over the full game. And for an extra full unit, let's take them on the first half money line here as well. For pick number 4, we are heading down to Mississippi, where we have Ole Miss taking on LSU. And this is a really great spot to bet on the Rebs, in my opinion, especially at home, and especially in a big-time play-up spot against LSU, who has looked really shaky in multiple matchups this season so far. And I really do think the Rebels win this game outright, but we're getting a couple points here, and I say we take them for 3 units for our fourth play of week 5. For pick number 5, we are heading over to Durham, North Carolina, where we have a matchup between Duke and Notre Dame. And Duke's defense this year is one of the best in all of college football. I feel pretty confident in saying that. And when you combine that with Notre Dame's ground game and defense in their own respect, I really do think this total is once again set way too high. So let's take the under of 53 points for 3 units for our 5th play of week 5. For pick number 6, we are heading down to Oklahoma, where we have the Sooners taking on Iowa State. And Iowa State is carrying a lot of value right now because they are a team that can really threaten you on both sides of the ball. But because of 2 early losses to Iowa and an even more unfortunate loss to Ohio, their perception right now isn't overly high, and that's actually something I think we can take advantage of. So let's take the Clones, getting the 20 points for 3 units, and for an extra full unit, let's take them on the first half money line here as well. All right, for our final pick of our week 5 college football slate, we are heading down to Arkansas, where we have the Razorbacks taking on Texas A&M, and Hunter Johnson is stepping in at quarterback for Texas A&M in this game due to an injury, and I do think there's going to be an adjustment period here, even with Hunter Johnson being an experienced guy who has been around college football for quite some time. And, he does have some talent, but I think that Arkansas is in a better spot right now, and they're coming off an impressive showing at LSU last week. So let's take Arkansas, getting the 6 points here for 3 units, and for an extra unit, let's take them on the full game money line here as well. All right, now we're heading over to week 4 of the NFL season, and we're going to be starting off by taking a look at this Carolina Panthers versus Minnesota Vikings matchup. And the Vikings, man, they just cannot seem to put it all together right now. And the Panthers have a lot of youth and have been looking better each and every week, especially defensively. And I really do think they have enough to make this a ball game. So let's take the Panthers, getting the 4.5 points for 2 units for our first play of week 4. For pick number 2, we are heading out to Chicago, where we have the Bears taking on the Broncos. And the Broncos, man, their defense is awful, but there is still no unit in football more incompetent than the Bears offense right now, and they're going to need to score some points in this game, and I really don't think that they're going to be able to. So let's take the Broncos, laying the 3 points for 2 units for our second play of week 4. For pick number 3, we are heading out to Buffalo, where we have the Bills taking on the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are garnering a lot of hype right now, especially coming off that 70-point performance, and that's rightfully so. I mean, they have been playing extremely well, but this Bills team, I do think, ends up taking the reins in the AFC East, and this really does feel like a statement game, especially at home. So let's take the Bills, laying the 2.5 points for 3 units for our third play of week 4. All right, for our final play of the week 4 NFL slate, let's head over to Tennessee, where we have the Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and both of these offenses are poised for some improvement, reasonably so, because they have been dreadful so far this season, and especially on the Bengals side of things, as Burrow gets healthier week by week, and I really do think we're getting some upside here by taking the over. So let's take the over of 40.5 points for 3 units for our final pick of the week 4 slate. All that being said, I really want to thank you guys for checking out today's video, and if you do want to show some love, head over to Twitter and drop a follow at RobDFB. You can also drop a like in this video, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can comment down below. And as always, y'all, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.